We have a large history of military service in our family and very proud of it. The fact that I look back and go, I am a transgender person, but I also am a military transgender person. I protected the rights of everybody in this country, and yet I don't get to have those same rights. The thought of having a trans flag came to me one day when I woke up and I said the trans community should have their own flag. The creator of the bisexual pride flag said, make it simple because the less amount of stitches, the cheaper it is to make and the cheaper it is to sell. I took it to prides, I took it to conferences, protests, and memorials. Now it's seen all over the country and all over the world. So it's been a lot of places.
I love everything down to like the smells of tattooing. It's like a certain smell that the soap gives off. Wherever I looked for a new shop to call home, it was the same thing over and over again. I would show up for my interview. As soon as I walked through the door, I could feel the air changing and people looking at me weird. I'm genderqueer and trans and a person of color, and I was treated differently. Is that where you want it?
Yeah.
You feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Cool.
I just get to show up and lay down, so it's not that hard. You're the one working.
It's like a painful nap.
Exactly. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I can't think of that many trans people that own their own business. Like, there's you.
Right. The moment I realized I hit rock bottom, I was super poor, feeling really alone. I was crying on the couch with this dog on top of me, and he's licking the tears off of my face. I was like, can I even afford to take care of you anymore? I needed an alternative. I didn't really have a choice. We're more than just a tattoo shop. We're a place for the trans community, the queer community, and allies to come together, because those are my people.
I came in as enlisted and rose through the ranks to sergeant. Got a scholarship from the Army and became an officer. And I retired as a major. I was a lesbian back in those days. I felt like I was hiding something always, but I could not live as a female any longer. I wanted to transition and I couldn't. And I knew I had to get out. I had to get out and live my true self, live my life. There's about 134,000 transgender veterans. They're already a marginalized group. They're on disability from the VA that can't afford, health insurance. With the Transgender American Veterans Association, we are that connecting bridge for transgender service members. They reach out to either us or other members, and they get the family, the support that they need. We are a small organization, but if we don't stand up for trans veterans, who will?
Trans rights in Washington and around the country have advanced faster than any social justice movement in history. We're the folks who are creating a voice for transgender people in Washington, D.C., and we're kicking ass. Working on the Hill, there were times that we would go in to meet with legislators or mayors of cities. We would bet on whether or not the person was going to flinch when we shook hands with them, or slide away if you sat down on the same sofa as they did. And that happened to me a lot. Back when I was a kid and in my 20s, I didn't know who I was because there was no frame of reference for what I could be. I know my parents would have wanted to be supportive, but all they knew is what they knew. What keeps me going is knowing that the amazing transgender people I get to meet are changing their lives and changing other people's lives. People were able to find other people like themselves, which ironically then helps you understand who you are.
Are you on that, Harper-Jean? Are you following up on that?
They rejected our recommendations to improve their gender change policy, so we're going to keep working on them and find additional ways to nudge and poke on it.
When you say bathrooms and whack-a-mole, you mean just the legislations?
Yeah, when the legislative sessions start, we're going to be fighting these bathroom laws in a bunch of different states all at once. We don't know which ones yet, but we will need to not be working on the survey. Anything else?
There was a point where I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be a dude named Mike or something. It's like 20 times easier to go the complete opposite end of the spectrum because the world caters to black and white way more than it does to the gray areas. As a trans person, it's hard enough to be in your own body sometimes. But getting tattooed is a great way to take control of your body and express your identity. I love the things that are happening in my body, and like I love my mustache, and I love being a boy named Jasmine.
They give no mercy here, all right.
When I was pregnant, I was huge for one. I mean, huge. You have that bond that is unbreakable. They came to me at a young age. I was just transitioning and my voice had started to drop. And they asked if they could call me Dad. And it was just natural to them. It was like, whatever. Let's go play ball. I worry what other kids will say if they'll get bullied or something. But I also think, on the other hand, that it is so important to let everybody know that it's okay to be trans. I'm just like any other person, any other family.
When I transitioned from male to female, my mother didn't want me at the house because my father had Alzheimer's and she didn't want to upset my father. Occasionally I'd drive by the house and he would be working outside, so I got to see him that way, but that was it. My father was in the hospice. My mother said that she wanted me back at home. I called the hospice room and my sister put the phone up to his ear and I told him I loved him. And he made some noise, made some sound. And while I was waiting at the airport, my son called me and told me that he had passed away. So I didn't get to see him alive. And that's one of the things that I regret. A lot of things that I'm able to do, a lot of the mechanical things, is because he was very mechanically inclined. I got all that from my father. I'm basically his protege. Good, bad, or indifferent. All of what I've been through in my life is all part of who I am.
I think everybody who's worked on trans rights is very proud of how far we've come. But the damage that's going to happen in the meantime, people are still being expelled from their families. We have an unemployment rate that's at least twice as high as the general population. We've seen the murder rate just go way, way up over the last couple of years. We know that we're under attack now, and we will fight back. More of us started standing up. We're a pretty mighty force now.
The trans pride flag is the way to show the world that you are proud of who you are. When the Smithsonian finally took the flag and I had to sign a deed for it, I just felt amazed. To have something in the Smithsonian means that I've created something that's part of American history. And that's really nice to know. To me, I see that as you're a transgender person and there is a reason why you are this. And I found my reason. And so hopefully, when I do pass away, somebody will remember that.